Okay, I'm recording now. But yeah, inviting really should be seamless. It shouldn't be like an anxiety ridden kind of a thing. Although I know it can be for me sometimes, and I'm sure it can be for you sometimes, like not knowing who to invite, how to invite them. Is cold inviting okay? Is it not okay? Should we strictly be building relationships? Like, how should we be going about this business in like the best way possible? So first, I'm going to try to move you guys over here so that's not in my way. This is just kind of me being real with you, okay? So no one is going to join you if you don't want to join yourself. So meaning if you are not posting stories, if you're not showing up, if you're not being proof of the products, if you're not showing people why this is beneficial, if you were to like watch your stories or look at your Facebook posts or your Instagram posts and you'd like kind of look at it and be like, I don't know, I might not really join that person, then odds are someone else is not really going to want to join you. So if you're not showing up and being proof of the products, no one's going to join. It's just kind of the way it is. This business is all about being proof that our products work. Doesn't mean you have to lose 50 pounds, but showing that, you know, you are making changes, that you have girls on your team that are, their lives are changing from this. Can people look at you and see that you are all in on your journey? You have to walk the walk. So when people look at your Instagram page, when they look at your Facebook, do they see somebody that's like super passionate? Do they see someone who is just like completely killing it and loving and it, like are totally in love with this health and fitness journey? Are they seeing someone staying consistent? If you're sending, so, but let me just backtrack. So I do really find this part so important because for a very long time, I was inviting. And then my Instagram posts were like, maybe part of my workout, or my Instagram stories were just like my workout and like maybe one healthy meal. But it wasn't consistent. It wasn't every day. I was kind of slacking in so many other areas. And I had a really great transformation in the beginning of my journey. And then I kind of let a lot of things push me back. And I didn't continue being consistent with specific programs. It's really important that you choose a program and stick to it to show people it doesn't have to be like a half naked before and after photo, but just maybe you feel better in a t-shirt or a tank top that you would have never thought you would have bought. Maybe you bought your very first bathing suit in the last, and you hadn't worn one for 10 years, right? So can people look at you and be like, oh, wow, they're really doing the work. They're in love with this journey. This is something that I'd want to do too. If you are sending invites, are they coming from a meaning? Do they know what you're inviting them to? And are you excited to be inviting these people? So it's okay to cold message people. What it's not okay to do is to cold message people and you haven't been actually sharing your journey. So if you're just going to start randomly saying, hey, I think you should join my challenge group. Hey, I think you should join my challenge group. And you send out like 50 invites, odds are no one's going to even respond to you if they're not seeing that you're in love with this with this program that you're doing, that you're making these healthier choices. People aren't going to think you're even real if you're just sending a cold message and not actually sharing that part of your journey. So it's really important to share all of that. And are you excited to be inviting people? There is a way to invite someone, and there's a way to like really invite someone. So you can say, hey, just wondering if you'd be interested in joining my boot camp. It's starting in May. I have a bunch of girls doing with me. It should be fun. And then there's, oh my God. No, she's done. Yeah. Sorry. My husband's asking if he should give the baby another bottle. And then there's a way for you to really be like, hey, whoever, Alicia, like I have this amazing group going on right now. The girls are in love with their journey. We have so many fun activities we're doing. And I just felt like I was from like Step Brothers, so many activities, but we have so many fun things that we're doing in the group right now. I feel like this would be something that would be right up your alley. And I would love for you to be a part of it. let me know if you want more info, and I would be so pumped to share it. If not, don't worry about it. I can always follow up at another time. But putting that emphasis on like, you're missing out, this is something you got to get into. Because truly, if you're in the babe cave, you know that it's fun. Like, we have such a great time. We have all of the different, like, Monday through Friday, how we're going to be doing another spirit week. We have people posting their sweaty selfies every day. People are sharing their journey, and it's just super uplifting and empowering and motivating. And if you become active in the challenge group, you're going to notice just how important it is to be sharing that, not just being consistent in the challenge group, but sharing that to your Instagram stories and sharing that with the people that you're inviting. So it's okay if it's someone that you haven't technically spoken to before, but if they're watching your stories, they know what the group's all about, and they know that you're hyped about it to begin with. So you sharing that and asking them like, hey, like, you need to get in this group, that makes someone a lot more excited to do it than, hey, just wondering if you wanted to join my group that I have going on. It just goes from blah to like amazing in 2 seconds and makes people feel like they're missing out. And that's what we want to create. We want to create like that FOMO. I'll tell you, I got 4 invites from women in the Usborne, I don't even know how to say it, those books. And I've done one of them before, and I think it's awesome. I'm a teacher, so I'm guessing that's why people keep inviting me to them. But when I tell you, copy and pasted word for word the same exact message, and it really didn't make me excited to join their little group that they had going at all. Like, if they had mentioned like, oh my God, I know you're a teacher and you have a baby and you have one on the way. Like, if they made it a little bit more personal, then I might've been excited to do it. But I looked at this like, this is kind of boring. You all just wrote me the same thing. Like, what makes me choose Alicia over Lori, or Lori over Allison, or whatever it might be, right? So you want to make sure you're standing out and really being excited to invite people. Show up, be proof, be a ray of light. So for me, every time I watch Lori's stories, if you guys don't follow Lori yet, Fueled by Endorphins, like, she is just always so positive and uplifting, but then she also shares the shit, right? So she shares like how endorphins make her happy. They make her that like she's not going to kill her husband. It's like just getting that workout in is the most amazing thing for her. She shares positive in everything. I even posted one of her posts to my Instagram stories today because it literally made me like, it made my husband and I today say to each other, we're going to go for a walk every single day as long as weather permits. For the rest of this freaking pandemic, we're going outside and getting sunshine because we have the opportunity to go for a walk, or we can stay in and be like blah. So if Lori can have that impact on me, just imagine the impact she can have on so many other people when it comes to health and nutrition, when it comes to all this stuff. Physical transformation isn't everything. Show that you're working out, show up with your nutrition, but also your real life. So this being a coach is not, no one wants to see just your just your workouts and your healthy meal ideas. Cami crushes it with the TikTok videos with her daughter. Like, I'm obsessed with those. Being silly, being fun, but also sharing like, you know, maybe you didn't have the best weekend and you were really looking forward to it. Maybe some stuff went on that kind of bummed you out. Share it. You don't have to share every little detail of your life. We talked about that last week, but share the things that, you know, are important to your journey. Like, I share my daughter's journey with cochlear implants. I shared that first year of motherhood that for me was just so difficult. And that has made me connect to so many women that I never knew that I would ever connect with. I've had people that I've invited thinking that I followed them. And they're like, oh, no, I actually followed you because my son was just diagnosed as being deaf also. And then we get into this whole conversation and I'm like, that's so cool. Like, somebody's just like randomly following me because of a hashtag that I used. And they see that I'm so positive about my journey and they look to me because I'm posting the real crap that's going on in my life. So physical transformation, amazing. You want to do that, but make sure that we're also including our real life. This bottom part is really important. They will not trust the message you send them if they cannot trust you based on what you're sharing. So they're not going to jump on board with you and trust in a message that you send them to invite you if you're not sharing it, if you're not sharing the journey, if you're not sharing the message, if you're not being in it. they're really, people will say, oh my God, how did she hit? And not to me, because I don't hit like Success Club 80, but how are these women hitting Success Club 30, Success Club 40, Success Club 50? And the bottom line is they're following people, they're creating new connections, and they have such a strong message on their Instagram stories that people want to relate to them. People want to be a part of what they're a part of. Okay. So post about coaching every week too, whether this is in your Instagram stories or on your actual posts. I'm gonna take a sip of my water because being pregnant, I get really out of breath, really, really fast. This baby's just like on my lungs. This is an area that 1000% was always my biggest struggle. And I still struggle with it sometimes, posting about coaching, because you just never quite know what to say. And you don't want to be like beach buddy, Shakeology, energize, because nobody cares about that. They don't need to know the names of things. People see Shakeology and they're like, oh my God, that's a pyramid scheme, blah, I'm running away. So I never say, here's my Shakeology, but I do post about coaching and I post about what it's done for me. And you want to always speak to your avatar, meaning speak to the people that you want to join you. Who is this person that you've made up in your head that you're like, that person would be amazing at being on my team? This is the kind of person I want to join me. Speak to that person. So we all have someone that we once were, that we have, you know, we've kind of transformed into somebody new, right? Who were you when you started this coaching business? Or just who were you before you got healthy? It doesn't even have to be right before coaching. How did you like change your life, right? So you might want to talk, I might want to talk to those Anne Marie's of the world who were going through infertility treatments, who were really sad all the time trying to have a baby, and who was gaining weights from infertility medication, right? I might want to talk to those women and say, hey, like infertility isn't your entire world. There's also other ways to go about like keeping yourself mentally well in order to help you get pregnant. And that's people who I've spoken to. My newest coach, Chelsea, she is in that community with me. And it's been kind of amazing that she's joined me, and she was literally like who I've been talking to for the last couple of years. And I put it out into the universe. Like, these are the girls I want on my team. And it's been really amazing. Go live on your Instagram story. So you don't have to go live, but definitely talk in your Instagram stories. It doesn't have to be all just pre-recorded, edited kind of things. Just lift your phone up and just start talking about something that you're doing. It can be awkward at first, but I promise it gets easier. I know that I think Alicia was telling me she sold a challenge pack last week just based on like text that she was writing. And that's so amazing. And to think that she opened up really quickly just about what she's doing and how it's changed her just in writing. Can we imagine if we were talking to the camera and like we could put emotion behind that, like with our faces? It can make such a big difference, and you can really grow your following by talking to people because they feel like you're talking to them. And one other thing where that's concerned, when you are talking into your camera, always make sure that you post a text box with the gist of whatever it's talking about, because 80 some odd percent of people that watch your stories are clicking through and don't have the volume on. So if you want people to actually know what you're talking about, put a little text blurb to give like a little synopsis, whatever. Share your workouts. Oh, I wrote PF, sorry. And just little pieces of you every single day so people get to know you. I'll edit that one before I send it to you guys. Okay, so inviting from your stories. So I'm going to talk about different invites and how we can kind of put these and how you can kind of make your day go a little bit easier. So you're building traction with new people. Every day you're following new people so that they come and watch your stories. This is another thing that I've struggled with. I have a certain amount of people following me, and I tend to forget to put that on my to-do list. Like, go in every single day and follow 10 to 20 new people. You want new people watching your stories. If you say, I'm all out of people to invite because it's the same 38 or the same 375 people watching my stories every day, That should never be the case. If you're not connecting with new people, if you're not following new people, they're not going to want, there's no new people going to be watching your stories because there's literally no people. There's no new people. So following new accounts will inevitably make it so that they're going to be watching your stories eventually. They will pop up at some point on the top of your thing and they'll click on your stories and they'll start watching it. So if you're not connecting with new people, no one's going to watch your stories, and then it makes it really hard to invite them. So here's just a little example on how you can invite from your stories. So sometimes we say, I don't know if you've seen my stories, even though we know you've seen them. Because if you have an Instagram account and if you don't know how to do this yet, we'll talk later, but there's a way for you to go into your stories and see who's been watching them. Hey, Lori, I don't know if you've seen my stories and what's going on over here in May, but I was just chatting about getting a handful of girls started through this crazy pandemic on their health and fitness journeys to stay on track together. The more the merrier, and I would love to invite you to join us. Is this something you'd want more details about? If not, that's totally cool. Hope you have an awesome week. Or you can end it saying something like, would it be okay or would it be cool to send you some more details? I put Lori's name in here. I have a couple different people's names I put in, but because you want to make it more personal. Now, if you go to their page and their page is like cookies and donut mom or whatever, and they don't have a name, like you can't see that their name is Lori or their name is Cami or whatever, then obviously you could just say, hey babe, or hey girl, or hey whatever. But we do try to make it a little bit more personalized. Us Beachbody coaches are known for like hey girling the hell out of people. It's better if you can use their name. And this is the same invite I've been using since like December, but it used to just say, I'm going to get girls started through the busy holiday season, right? Because we all know we eat crap during the holidays. But this makes it so that it's kind of like no pressure. This is going to be really amazing. Would love to have you join our team. And remember, like, you're not saying like, I want you to join me. It's really like join us. So using that terminology instead of saying you should join my group, join our group. Be a part of our group. Join us. Be a part of this team with us. Not like you join me, this is my group. You want to make it like something about everybody. And then inviting from posts. So be creating posts. You want to post a couple times a week, at least on your Instagram or on your Facebook. If it's not every day, it should be every other day. These can be coaching posts, transformation posts, posts about your babies, your animals, literally anything. If you're a runner, it could be about running. If you're a boy mom, it could be about raising boys, whatever it might be. You can invite anyone based off any kind of post. So from any post at all, right? Hey, Katie, I want to say thank you so much for engaging with my posts and making me feel like I'm providing value out in the social media world. If you ever want to join one of my challenge groups, please know it's an open invitation always. So that's literally, that could be you posted about your cat who was wearing a funny outfit and somebody just like liked it or they commented on it like, oh my God, my cat would totally freak out if I put him in that outfit, right? Who cares? They're commenting on something and you're like, hey, I'm providing some value out here. Like it's kind of funny. Maybe I was helping to make you, maybe I was like helping make you laugh, right? Which right now in the world we kind of need. If this is like a health related post, hey Cami, thanks for the love on my post yesterday. You're the sweetest. What do you think about giving our 30-minute workouts a shot? I'd also align you with a nutrition plan that's realistic through this pandemic. If so, give me the green light and I'll break it down for you. If not, still thanks so much for all the love. So thanking them for being a part of your journey. Saying, hey, would you want to try this? And look, I'm going to give you these really quick workouts. I'm going to give you a nutrition plan that's not going to make you go crazy. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to edit all of this. I kind of typed it up quick earlier. I'm going to give you a meal plan that's going to be easy where you're not going to have to feel like you can never splurge. Listen, it's a pandemic. People are home. They want to maybe have an alcoholic beverage at night. Go for it. Give me the green light and I would love to break it down for you. And most people, when you say, I would really like to break it down, like, can I give you more information? A lot of people will be like, yeah, sure, you can share it. I've also gotten a lot of, Yeah, I can't make any promises, but you're more than welcome to share the info with me. And if I can't do it now, maybe I can do it later. And then right there just gave you an opportunity to say, okay, they're not going to join me right now, maybe, but this is a follow-up. And this is somebody that they're going to say, oh my God, this sounds amazing, but right now doesn't work. And I'll say, well, when's a better time for me to follow up and would like June work? Or do you think more towards like August? And then you can chat that, write it down, when to follow up, and you're good to go. Now, inviting from an email drop or a vote on stories. So if you're on your Instagram stories and you are posting all about the Babe Cave challenge group, or if you're doing the My Bod groups, or Cami has her own challenge group going right now, Chelsea has a challenge group going right now, and you're giving all this information, and then you're like, you know, drop your email here, or if you did a vote on stories that you want more info, either of these ones works. So you'd want to say something like, hey, Chelsea, I saw your vote on my poll just now. So eager to get you rocking and rolling for our group. First thing I need to dive in is just your email and which flavors Shakeology you'd like to get started with. And while I set up your cart, I would love to hear about what you're looking to accomplish, where you are in your journey right now, and your past health and fitness experiences. So this I love, and this is not something I've used, but this is a video I watched today, and I was just like, this is so genius. I've had people drop their email addresses and then they kind of ghost me, and that's okay. I'll come back and I'll follow up with them. But to really say to them like, hey, I saw your vote. I'm so pumped to get you ready. I just need your email and the flavor of shake you want to get started with, and I can send you it. And then, but at the same time, I want to know all these things about you. I want to know, what is it that you want? Why are you joining this group? Like, what is it that you want to get out of this? Where are you in your journey? Are you really athletic, or are you a super beginner? Are you postpartum? And your past health and fitness experiences. Did you do a ton of sports in high school and then haven't done any since? That kind of thing. And then to the right over here, I just wrote, make sure you're placing the poll in the right area. Do not put your poll in the middle of your post where everybody's thumb is going to click, because this can make it. Now listen, if you are doing a post that like you don't really care and it's not something that you're going to be inviting to necessarily, then whatever. But it would be really awkward for me to be like, hey, what flavor shake do you want? And I'm going to send you your share cart. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I always put it like in the top corner, or just somewhere that their thumb is not going to be like the first thing that they click on. Okay? Just to make that clear. And now chatting with people. So I don't know what this Canva thing is over here, it's kind of weird looking. But when you start to talk to them about, maybe they're like, well, I'm not really completely sure that I want to join yet. And they want to know a little bit more about it. I always say something like, well, okay, cool. So excited to give you more details. I started this with 2 other jobs. I was both teaching and babysitting, and it's kept me focused on me without a commute or unrealistic way of life. That to me is so important, because I would spend time getting dressed for the gym, then driving to the gym, then figuring out what the hell I'm going to do at the gym, which was usually like running on the treadmill or the elliptical. And just, I never ended up getting there. I'd go to the gym like twice a month, if that. And let's be real, there were months and months and months I never went. And then I'd say something like, so it's super simple, a group of women empowering women and working on themselves. The workouts range from beginners to an advanced level, depending on which one is most comfortable for you. And as your coach, my main goal is to help you grow a routine around health and wellness, to fit health and fitness into your life because you can, not because you have to. If you got this message from me, guys, I'm not surprised. Like, this is something that I say to all my women, and not because I'm scripting you, but because this is literally how I feel. Like, this is what my group's about. This is why I joined. And this was the time of life I joined at, right? This was the part of my life when I first joined. And this is what my goal is. I'm here to help you grow a routine around health and wellness, fit it into your life because you can, not because you have to, not because we're forcing you to. And then I always ask, like, what makes you excited to change, if anything, or what would get you out of bed in the morning? Like, what would push you? What would make you work out every day? Like, what would that, and a lot of people would say, well, like, I need to lose 10 pounds, or I've had people literally say, I can't keep up with my kids. Like, I can't run around with my 2-year-old anymore because I'm so out of shape. And I'm like, well, holy shit, that's the best reason I've ever heard. You clearly need this group more than you even know. And then that's when we start to get into more details about packaging, all that stuff. So chatting prices, relate back to your customer, to your clients, right? Tell her why she deserves this, or him. Why does this person deserve this? I've had so many people say they've literally like want it so bad, and then they have like a spouse that's like, no, you're not doing it. So I always really make sure I focus on like, this is something you need. You deserve this so badly. Like, this is something that could change your life. You just told me you're having trouble keeping up with your 2-year-old. Like, I want you to get that life back, and I want to help you be able to run around and play with your 2-year-old. So to get you started, we're going to align you with a daily workout plan as well as a nutrition plan. There's a few options to get started with. So this is kind of before. Right now, some things are back ordered. So I always would say the all access Beachbody on Demand with superfoods, or you can get it with the pre-workout and muscle recovery. Right now, the muscle recovery is back ordered until, I think they said there's 2 different dates out there, May 18th and May 25th. Not sure which one it's going to be. So really right now you'd get them started with Shakeology, and then you could add Energize to their cart if they want it. Or you can add it and say, hey, remove the Energize if you're not into it, but I just put it in there because whatever. And maybe they're doing the discount coach sign up, so it's only $30 instead of like 50. And then option 2, you can get everything above, and then with both the shake and the performance line for $200, which sounds more doable to you. Giving them the option. I actually have in my list, I have 3 options because I break it up into BOD and superfoods, BOD and performance line, and then the whole package. So I can share that little thing that I have. This is a graphic that I just created because right now, like I just said, that one package is gone. So if you want this, I can send it to you if you're going to be inviting people to the Babe Cave, because I know most of you don't have your own challenge group yet. But if you do have your own challenge group, you're more than welcome to take what I've done and just cut off the Babe Cave if you don't want to use that part. So this is just $140 for the month of May. I like putting the graphics in there because it kind of shows them like, wow, I'm really getting a lot for my money. The nutrition guide, shaker cup, year of workouts, month of superfoods, valued at $360, because this is also, one of the other things we kind of make sure they know is that they're getting the accountability group. They're getting access to the entire Beachbody website. It's not just a year of workouts. Cami, I'll send it to you. I made it on Canva. And then this one over here is $180. This is not a package, but this is this package. And I'm going to toss in a month of pre-workout right into their cart. So that makes it the $180. It'll be a little bit cheaper if they do a discount coach sign up, because they'll get it for a little bit less than that. But with all these things included. And then of course, when we're talking to them, we talk to them about how you can go on the cooking show that we have on our Beachbody on Demand. You can go, the website has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of recipes, meal planning guides. If you're in bracket A, there's an entire meal plan that can go with bracket A. If you're in B, C, D, whatever it might be. And then there's even people that really want to do like 2B mindset or the ultimate portion fix. And there's a way for you to show them around with that too. If they want to sign up now or later or now. So if they say, hey, I have to wait till payday, that's fine. Get their email, put them into your tracking system. If you don't have a tracking system, I feel you, get one. There's a couple different ones that people are using right now. If you're a pen and paper kind of person, that's fine. There's, you could do Google Sheets. You can do, there's something called, Flowdesk is a little bit different, but there's a couple different tracking things. Lori, drop it in the chat. You might know the different or whoever is tracking. I just literally bought a passion planner and it's coming tomorrow. And I'm so excited because I had one back in the day and I really wasn't using it because I wasn't consistent. And it's coming tomorrow. And I'll share what that looks like with you guys in the group tomorrow when it comes. I'll take a picture and show you how I'm going to set it up. I'm going to look. Oh, you use that too. Okay. No, go back. So put them in your tracking system. If they say, hey, I get paid next Friday, in your tracking system, you should write next Friday, whatever the date is, their name, that's the day that they were ready. Follow up on the day that they said that they were ready, right? Like, hey girl, just checking in. Let me know when you put your order through so I can get you put into our group. If they are ready right now, all you have to say, okay, great. So to dive in, I just need 2 things from you. I need your email, which flavor shake you'd like. I'm obsessed with chocolate, but we have a few combos to choose from. And be like, are you more of like a vanilla chocolate or strawberry fan, ? Or do you like coffee flavored things? And then see what they say. Because, and it's important as a new coach, especially, go through the challenge packs and go through the Shakeology options, or just go through just regular Shakeology options. It doesn't have to be in the challenge pack, just to see the different combinations that we do have. Because we have vanilla chocolate strawberry, and then we have the vegan ones, and then we have like vanilla chocolate cafe latte. So you want to really look at those and see what you're offering to people. And then always ask them about the discount as well. So signing up as a discount coach is such a perk, guys. It's 25% discount and then $15 a month to keep it active. You can cancel at any time you want. So that's really, I don't know why this like last slide had something silly on it, but that's really what I have for you today. I know some people popped on a little bit late, which is fine. I recorded this, so I'm going to share this in the group. Everybody looks like they're moving at a normal pace now. Can you guys like hear me? Are we like, Lori, you're like, you reacted right away. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, good. Any questions? I know that was a lot of information, and I'm gonna share it. I have to share the one from last week too. Lori, you use the Passion Planner, or what are you using right now?
Yeah, I mean, I need to be better about it. I'm not at Liana's level with it, but that's what I have to.
Okay, cool. I know they have I'm trying to think of the online ones though. So I have a really cool, if you have an iPad and an iPencil, there's some really, really cool planners that you can buy off like Etsy that you can just upload to your iPad and do everything right on there, which I actually have, and I used it pretty consistently for a while. So if that's more like your style, there's also people use like Google. I'm trying to think of the Google tracker.
Oh, Google Street.
Google Streak. That's what I was trying to think, which is really cool because you can plug in like, I invited this person today. I want to follow up with them in a week. You can literally put the date in that you want to follow up, and you'll get an email reminding you to follow up with these 10 people on this date. So then your follow-ups are like that because you go in and you're like, boom, I have to follow up with these 10 people today. So it makes it pretty seamless. Anybody else have questions for me for right now? Allison, did you get a, oh yeah, go.
I have a question. When you talk meal plans with people, do you send them, I know like back in the day, we used to send them like remember like the calendars we used to make, like with the meal plan? Do you do that with them anymore? Because now like when they get bod, they just get the nutrition guide. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I need to be better with giving them nutrition.
So every time I invite someone, I tell them that that's something that I can do with them. So then I always kind of say like, hey, what nutrition system are you using? And if it's something that they're really struggling with, I'll help them create a meal plan, like no problem. I know with our challenge group, we're doing we have new meal plans every month that we're putting in our file tabs of like the babe cave. And then also if somebody's like, hey, I'm doing 21-day fix, I'm in bracket B, like I'm struggling with variety, I literally go straight on Google. I Google it, and there's hundreds of recipes right there. You can even say like, okay, if they're like, I don't eat fish, I hate any seafood, I'll say like bracket B, 21-day fix, no fish, no whatever seafood, and it'll literally pop up with tons of meal plans that they can go into. And then I always will send a link to the 21 Day Fix, what do you call it? Where Autumn and her brother, the
Oh,
cooking show,
Fix
which
it.
I think
Fixate.
they're coming. Yeah, the Fix A cooking show. Sorry, I couldn't like think of the name. Um, yeah, and it's really, people really don't, and I know I don't take advantage of it enough either, but the Beachbody website has so many freaking recipes and meal plans. Like, it's so easy just to type in like meal plans for 21 Day Fix, and you can find so much variety. So I really think that we need, as coaches, to start accessing our own website a lot more, because there's so much there for us that we just kind of forget about.
But technology wise, because you know I struggle with that. If you were to sit with make a meal plan with somebody, what program would you use? I'm just throwing this out there. Would you make it in like a Google slide? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I'm
So what I would literally, Cami, make it probably so easy, and you could do it in like a Canva slide, or you could do it in anything. I would literally give, because I think Mel Weber actually does a really great way. Like, she has in her phone, she has alarms that go off for different times of the day, and that's when she eats. It's really funny. So she does like a green, a red. I'm trying to think how she does it. A green, a red, and a whatever, or a yellow at one point, and that will be her alarm. And so she'll have those alarms throughout the day so that she's hitting all of those brackets and she doesn't forget. So I would probably go over something like that with my people, if that would help. But then I would also just say, I would make sure I knew what containers they had. And then it's just something you can really quickly type out, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, for breakfast, I'm having 2 eggs, spinach or broccoli or whatever, and a piece of toast. There goes my yellow, my red, and a green.
right.
Like, it doesn't have
Some
to
of them
be
don't have
super complicated.
containers. That's what I'm saying. They don't, some of them just get bod and the shake and they don't have the containers. So, but you can just use measurements.
That's fine. Yeah, you could use measurements, or you can always send containers in their cart, or talk to them about it first, because it's only like $10 to add it to their cart if they want the containers.
Okay. I never
Um,
do that. I have to remember to do that. Add the containers.
right.
Okay.
So many different ways you can make meal plans. You could make it as simple as sending them a Google slide or a Canva slide or whatever with breakfast ideas. So maybe they want to focus on, because listen, having a different breakfast every single day is not going to happen. Like, I know 3 days I'm going to eat eggs, and 2 days I'm probably going to have a yogurt with granola and some fruit. That's just, I know that's me, and that's what I'm going to do. If somebody wants to make something different every single day, that's amazing. That's not me. So I would give like 2 or 3 breakfast ideas, and 2 or 3 lunch ideas, 2 or 3 dinner ideas, and then they can kind of switch it up. And if they get bored of it, then you go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, what other like protein do you like? You know, and how not everything has to be meat. Like, you can use cottage cheese as your protein,
Right.
you know, because I think that's something that we forget too. We're like eating grilled chicken every single day, and it's like, well,
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anybody else have any questions? We good? Anybody feeling like overwhelmed? No, we're okay. Alicia, I'm pumped you got on. Dawn, I got your text. It was like literally as I was about to start this, so I wasn't able to, I don't think I wrote you back, right?
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, 7:58. Sorry about that. No, but I'm happy that you were able to get on. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to try to get a guest speaker for next week. I'm actually so excited how many of you guys got on. I got to take a picture. I'm going to try to get a guest speaker for next week, so stay tuned. But do me a favor and really send me anything that you're struggling with, like things that you want to hear about. I know what sparked this call tonight was Chelsea messaging me today and saying that she was not really sure how to do coach invites, and she was inviting a lot to the challenge groups and stuff and health and fitness journey, but she wasn't sure how to get started with coach invites. So that's why I kind of created this. So I hope it helped a little bit. All right, everybody. I had to take a picture of you guys. I'm going to do a boomerang. You guys ready for a boomerang? All right, 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Are you
Lori.
posting,
What?
Anne-Marie, are you posting everything on your site, like those slides?
Yeah, I'll share that. I want to edit it first because I had so many typos because I made it like, I'm going to stop